Okay, it's the modern paradox. We are more connected than ever before, yet somehow many of us have never felt so alone. The World Health Organization actually put out a report showing that 1 in 6 people worldwide are affected by loneliness with real health consequences and sometimes even death. The report actually links loneliness to 100 deaths every single hour. Maybe you feel like you're on social media, you're talking with your friends, you're texting them all the time, but yet you don't feel like you really have a strong relationship. That in-person human connection is missing. Well, listen, you're not alone. My name is Taylor Brock. I'm a news anchor and reporter in Ohio, and I just did a story all about this. So I ended up coming across the Columbus Girl Gang, and this is a group that started in 2017, more so as a way for women in the area to get connected and support other women-owned businesses. And then the pandemic hit, so everything had to go online, which was really nice because they were able to stay connected and have friendships through the pandemic. And now it has more than 8,000 members, and they have in-person meetups at least once a month. They do this because they say making friends as an adult, as many of us probably know, is pretty hard. It's not easy to make friends. So she's trying to create these natural situations where people can just come, maybe have some food and drinks, and just naturally meet so that it's not awkward. And research shows that strong social connections actually do way more than just boost happiness. They actually can lower your risk of dementia later on in life.
It's like hard to have time to find friends. And then like, how do you do that? It's like dating. Like, where do you even find these friends? We want to try and make it so that women who are in that same boat can like try to find people in an organic way that doesn't feel weird or forced.
So I went to Ohio State University and spoke with a professor, Brad Bushman, a professor of communication, who says decades of research shows that people consistently perform better in person, not just socially and emotionally, but academically as well. We saw that during the pandemic.
The research evidence clearly indicates that classroom performance is better in person than it is online. Group performance is better in person than online. Therapy sessions are better in person than they are online. And across the board, close relationships are better in person than online.
Now, we said, don't get me wrong, technology is great, especially when people live across state lines or across the country, especially with FaceTime. It allows people to connect. It really has been a game changer for many people. But any time that you can do in-person social interaction, he said, prioritize it. Part of this is because it's really, really easy to misunderstand people online. You know, when you get those texts and there's a period versus an exclamation point, you don't really know, like, were they being mean or did they intentionally do that? So there's constant misunderstandings when you text. And then he said, there's something to say about, you know, when you text LOL, right? You're probably texting LOL and not really laughing. But when you're in person and you're really laughing out loud, there's immense health benefits to that, he said. So that's just a simple example of the difference between in-person connections and online connections. And then another example, of course, is that it's super easy for people to be negative or say mean things online because they hide behind a screen. The problem now is that various teenagers and kids these days have never known a world without social media, have never known a world without technology. And so sometimes that in-person connection feels unfamiliar to them because they're so used to being online. So we said it is a critical point now that people need to try to get out there and push themselves, even if it does feel uncomfortable, because otherwise we're gonna have kids that are incapable of connecting in person. He said the longer people wait to practice it, the harder it becomes. And even brands are starting to value in-person connection more. The founder of Columbus Girl Gang told me that a lot of brands now want to go to these in-person experiences. They want people to feel and interact with their product, taste their product, so that they can really build those long-lasting relationships. Like Stacy Skinner, the founder of Superb Bakehouse.
This is a human story that built the company, that started the business, and so human interaction is so important for us because you can't enjoy the aroma and the taste of a waffle through social media. So we're all about engagement and talking to people, telling them our story in person and giving them the waffles to try.
And what was really, really interesting about the WHO report was that while loneliness affects people of all ages, teenagers and young adults are actually impacted by loneliness more so than any other age group. So that's ages 13 to 29. The people that you would think are more connected because they're always on social media and always online. So as technology continues to reshape daily life, these experts are urging everyone to just be brave, be courageous, get out there, try to talk to somebody new, put your phone down in the elevator and just say hi, try to spark a connection. You never know who you're going to meet, and I know it can feel uncomfortable, and sometimes you just want to kind of avoid the world and just go into your phone. But really, for our health and our humanity, in-person social connection is so important. All right, if you learned something, please like and share this with somebody that maybe needs that extra push to go out there and meet some people. I know it's hard, but let's do it together. Let's get off our phones, let's push ourselves. Be the initiator, be the one that says hi, and then you never know how it's gonna make someone's day. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.